Carts, thanks for joining us. This season's come to a close now. How have you reflected on the campaign?
I think it was two-part for us. Coming into the season, obviously our main aim was to reset, rebuild, put some things in place around the team that we needed to. Obviously recruit a squad that could go and compete. And I thought, especially first half of the season, we changed the way we wanted to play, changed and tweaked a few things tactically, and I think with that was always going to be some teething problems which we encountered, and we suffered a little bit in the first half of the season with a couple of results. And I think what you've seen then going into the second half was we got a lot more rhythm to what we wanted to do. We trusted what we were doing a lot more, and were brave, and I think the players were fantastic in the way they went and executed the game plans, and we got some momentum and some consistency, which was what we were craving for the most part of that first half of the season. So overall, reflecting, really positive. We grew a lot as a squad, and I think we've set some really key foundations now moving forward.
And a lot of change happened in the off-season, as you mentioned. Jo Potter came in as your assistant head coach. How much has she added to the group, and how much have you enjoyed working with her?
How long you got? No, I think from my first conversations with Jo in the summer, I knew instantly what she'd bring to this team, and she's probably outdone what I expected in that sense. And yeah, Jo's been there, she's done it. She's so well respected, and she's an excellent coach, and attention to detail is second to none. So what she's been able to give the players in terms of that coaching, that support, that expertise, and alongside driving the vision that we've got and where we want to go with this team, she's been invaluable. So yeah, it's been thoroughly an enjoyable experience having her alongside me, and pushing things forward, and driving the standards, the culture, the environment that we want here, because there's no one better for me to lean on than Jo. She knows what it means to play for this team, and what success looks like, and what elite level football looks like. So I know the players have enjoyed it just as much as I have.
And as you mentioned a little bit at the start, at times this season we did lack that little bit of consistency, but in these last couple of months we've really come into our own. Why do you think that change came about?
I think it's what I've said previously, is that we trusted it, and were braver with what we wanted to do. And as I say, there was always going to be a period of transition for us, as much as we wanted that to be a short one. The one thing you can't allow in the Championship is to start slowly, or to have any room for error. And as we've seen over the course of the season, Bristol City were fantastic, showed that consistency all the way through. But I think turn of the year, we kind of sat down and said, we've laid the foundations and put the basic principles in the way we want to play. We've learnt a lot from the little mistakes we were making, and the players took on board all of that, and then went and executed, and to a high level. So momentum is always key in a season, and we've managed to get that. And I think you're seeing the players really flourish and express themselves, which is all me and Jo have ever wanted from day one. And if the players can do that within the system, and put that to practice on game day, because every day on the training field, their attitude and the way they apply themselves, they deserved to get some success off the back of that. And really, really pleased for them that they went 7 games on a winning streak, and was it 9 unbeaten in the end, because they deserved that ending. And it's just, as I say, unfortunate that we were so close to potentially achieving the ultimate goal.
And as you say, 7 wins in a row, 9 unbeaten, and with those 7 wins we've created history as well. How proud does that make you?
Super proud of everybody, the players, the staff, everyone around this team, connected with this team, because as I say, there was a lot of hard work, and it was not nice last summer, obviously coming down from the WSL, and there was a lot of reflection, and as I say, there was a reset and rebuild that needed to happen, and the staff and players have been a huge part of that. Whether that's been in a small contribution or a large contribution. Everybody has played a part in bringing his team back into a really positive place. So can't thank everyone enough for that. The supporters as well, they've played a huge part in that. And it means now that we can really look forward with some optimism, build on everything that we've started this year, because I do believe it is the start of a real positive journey for us now, and the challenge is for us to enhance that, keep driving, keep pushing together, and we'll see where it takes us.
And of course, you've been named Manager of the Month for April. How proud does that make you, but also how proud does that make you of your coaching staff and your players as well?
It's a collective, and it sounds cliche, doesn't it? But I think it's hard to accept an individual award because, like you say, there's so much that goes into and around the team to make it function, and for us to go on the run that we did. Everybody played a part, as I said. So yeah, it's a recognition for all the hard work that's gone in. Everybody has been pulling in the same direction, and I think there's been an enjoyment around that as well. We've enjoyed going and competing, and showing a real high level of performance. So yeah, the challenge is to try and galvanise and just keep that intact over the summer, if we can, and use it then to really go into next season full steam ahead.
And in the summer, we went through that transition and changed our style of play to better suit the players that we had and how competitive we were going to be in the Championship. A player who really benefited from that was Jade Pennock, 14 goals, 6 assists in all competitions. What was your message to her at the start of the season, and how pleased have you been with her form?
I think Jade encapsulates everything that we want our players to be, and it's wholehearted performances, her attitude every single day in training. She turns up ready to go. She doesn't have a day off. She's her attitude has been excellent, and it's just the hard work that she puts in, not only when she's on the ball, she does a lot of work off the ball as well. So she does really lead by example, and I think at the start of the season we tweaked it a little bit with her position, having her more as an out and out 9, which is something I know she's not done so much in her career. She's always played wider for other teams, but again, myself and Joe knew that if she in the system could flourish, and she's certainly done that, and has been incredible for us all season. So I'm glad that she's got the recognition, got the awards at the end of it, to show what a fantastic season she's had.
And defensively, it's 12 clean sheets in all competitions. How impressed have you been with the whole back line and Lucy Thomas?
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit biased because I'll work with the defensive unit a little bit more. Joe is more with the attacking unit. So I think that, listen, we've been incredibly lucky to have some really, really top level defenders and just people that want to keep clean sheets, want to defend. I know that the modern day game now is a lot with the ball, and players want to express themselves in possession, but the out of possession is your foundation as a team. And the likes of Luke Quinn, Harriet Scott, Gemma Lawley, Tara, Lily Simpkin, all these players who have come in, AJ, and to play a part in being a solid unit, not conceding goals, taking pride in keeping the ball out of your net, putting their bodies on the line. They've done a fantastic job. And then the odd time they do get beat, you always need a keeper between the sticks that's going to make big saves in big moments, which we know Lucy Thomas has been incredible all season. And I think it gives you so much confidence, not only as a manager, but players as well, that you can keep clean sheets. You're not going to concede. So, proud of their efforts this year. Again, it's something for us to really build on. And any good team is always based off being good defensively. So, we certainly prided ourselves on being good.
And throughout the season, the whole squad has been utilised, and we've really created that sense of togetherness within the group. How important was it for you and Joe at the start of the season to build a squad that not only had the right characters, but also had that strength and depth?
It's vitally important. I think any manager, coaching staff will tell you that recruitment is everything, and certainly the people that you bring in. And it's it's okay having talent, but if you've not got the right personalities or people to fit your environment, then it can certainly go against you. So yeah, we took a lot of time, myself and Joe, to do our due diligence and make sure that we got the squad right. And I think we got a really good blend this year of experience and youth and players that have got a real drive about them to go and be better and excel. So yeah, really enjoyable group to work with this year. They've certainly kept me on my toes and made me laugh and gave me a few grey hairs along the way. So yeah, they have. It's been a privilege to be working alongside them this year. And as I say, we finished strong and they showed their level. And I said all season they had a really high ceiling. And when we got it right, we looked at a very, very good team. And I'm glad that they showcased that and got the plaudits off the back of it.
And you mentioned the youth there, the likes of Abby Jenner, Luann Worsley, Lucy Jones have all been around the first team this season, made debuts, Delphi Cole as well. I mean, how important is it that we continue to create that level of player through our pathway?
Vitally important. It's the history of this team. Look at so many players that we've produced and homegrown players who have come through and gone on to be superstars. So we take immense pride in making sure that the pathway is a very good one, and players can progress and see the progression into the first team. And like I say, I was a young player at this football club once upon a time. And I know how much pride it gave me to go through the ranks and make my first team debut. So, yeah, I think we're very lucky that we've got a lot of representation in the first team from the academy. AJ, Abby Cowie, Layla and Luann. Bethan's trained with us a lot this year and Delphi as well. So, yeah, it's great for me. It makes my job a lot easier. In the recruitment department, I don't have to go and search far and wide for players when you've got them coming through your ranks. And I think, for them, it's all about learning, developing and getting better and enjoying what we're doing and realising that there's going to be opportunities if they earn it.
And just finally, naturally in the off-season, there are changes that happen, players come and players go. How important will it be for you to keep a core of the group that we have here to continue building on the foundations that we built this season?
Yeah, I think the one thing you want to do when you've had some success is to keep the core together and build on it. So it's very different. It's going to be a very different summer for us to last, obviously. And it's not going to be as a hectic or busy one, I don't foresee. And it just, as I say, we've put a lot of plans in place and a lot of things that we want to continue with and build on. I don't suspect there's going to be a massive turnover. But as you say, it's football. Some players will leave, and we'll bring a few in to help us move on to that next level. And it's exciting times. Really looking forward to hopefully getting business done early in the summer, and getting the plans nailed down for when we resume the early part of July.
Carts, thanks for chatting to us.
Cheers.